Good morning, the internet. Today I am going to be doing a cool wear test. This was actually suggested by viewer Gail. On my Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish Perfectly Satin 24-Hour Wear Foundation review, Gail said, why don't you wear it against Estee Lauder's Double Wear Stay in Place makeup? And I thought that was such a fantastic idea. When I tested out these makeups previously, it was both in the winter months, like January, February. I live in Alberta, Canada. It gets super cold, so my skin's dry. If I go outside, things are like wind blown. It's like -20. It's terrible. Now, of course, it's summer. I'm sweaty. I have nicely hydrated skin, but it's like 30 degrees and I'm like melting. So I thought this would be a perfect kind of summer follow-up and side-by-side comparison of these two quite similar foundations. So let's get started. The Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish Perfectly Satin 24-Hour makeup comes in only about 10 shades and they don't go super dark. This one cost me about 50 Canadian dollars and I got it from Shoppers Drug Mart. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup cost me 48 Canadian dollars. I got it at Sephora, and this guy comes in over 50 shades. I have one in 1 Ivory Nude and 01 Alabaster in the foundations. So let's start out with the Estee Lauder on half of my face. Okay, and for the other side, let's go in with the Elizabeth Arden Flawless. It's a little bit thicker of a formula, a little less runny. Alright there, can you see a difference between the two? I would say the Elizabeth Arden is maybe a pinch less yellow. Both I would say gave about equal coverage, especially along the jawline. Once I put these on, I really don't feel like I need to apply additional concealers or anything. They both feel similar on the skin already. It's really hot. I'm kind of, overheating. I've got the lights on. So I'm going to throw on the rest of my makeup quickly and I'll come back to powder and we'll start the wear test. All right, let's go ahead and powder. I don't think you can really tell that I'm wearing two different colors. And I'm actually going to set with a setting spray as well. I also didn't apply any highlight today so we can kind of see how matte they remain throughout the day. Here's the Elizabeth Arden side, and here is the Double Wear side. Right now, I would say the Elizabeth Arden side is a little bit more stuck in my pores a little bit, so it does look a little bit more cakey. The Estee Lauder has a more even tone throughout it. Now let's pop over to Natural Light and take a look at this foundation, and then of course I'm going to wear it for the next 12 hours. So let's start. This is the Estee Lauder. This is the Elizabeth Arden. Hey guys.
Hey guys. So we are just gonna go grab food right now. How's your day been so far?
Pretty good. How's my face look?
Pretty good, I'd say.
Can you tell I'm wearing two different foundations?
I cannot.
Nice.
Then again, I can never really tell if anyone's wearing foundation. So yeah.
You think one side looks better than the other side?
No, I can't really tell at the moment.
Oh. Should we go somewhere safe and pull over?
Sure, if you want to.
Alright guys. It's been really hot today. Can you tell which side is which side? Which looks better?
I can't really
difference.
tell, yeah.
Can you guys tell a difference? Let us know. Anyway, let's go get some lunch.
Okay.
Here we are, another day done, and gotta say, my skin is looking fabulous on both sides, I would say. Like I said, it was super hot here today. I think the most important thing is I didn't need to powder or blot all day with either of these foundations, even in the heat. I thought for sure I would be breaking through with oils. You can see the level of shine here. I want to say they're both about the same feeling of oiliness. I was checking myself out earlier and I thought maybe this side looked a little bit more shiny, so that's the Elizabeth Arden side. Let's do my super scientific blot test to see if there's any major difference. And they look pretty much the same. No difference. I filled up a sheet each. So did I notice any other differences throughout the day? I tried really hard to concentrate and see if either side of my face felt any different. And to be honest, they felt really similar. I think they were really similarly. If I was being really nitpicky, I would say I liked the Estee side a little bit better. I feel like it just looked a little bit smoother overall in terms of like color correction. And that might be just because it has this slightly more yellow base to it than the Elizabeth Arden, which I thought you could see some of like my pink or redness coming through a little bit more on this side. I think the color match between the two shades is really pretty close. Although I'm like not a professional, I'm not super picky, but I don't think anybody noticed that I was wearing two different sides on my face. Looking at a close-up of my skin, I think overall it looks really nice. I think at the start of the day, both of them looked a little bit cakier than they do by like midday or the end of the day. When you first put it on, it kind of like sticks inside of your pores, but I feel like my oiliness just comes through and makes everything melt together and look really seamless and beautiful. So to be completely honest, I think if you're happy with one of these foundations, you would be happy with the other foundation. I think it's safe to say they are very close to being dupes of one another. I think we have to give the overall battle to Estee just because they have much better color selection. I mean, 50 versus 10 shades, it's really not even comparable. Estee is just like owning it. It's nice that the Elizabeth Arden comes with a pump. You can see on the double wear, I've had to go out and purchase a MAC pump separately. They both have that like frosted glass. Just the caps are a little bit different. And it looks like you get a lot more in the Elizabeth Arden, but they're actually both 30 mils. So in conclusion, do you like one side better than the other side? Again, this is the Estee Lauder side. This is the Elizabeth Arden side. Vote up here if you think you can see a difference or not. I really love both of these foundations, but like I said, if I was gonna recommend one to you, I would definitely recommend the Estee Lauder over the Elizabeth Arden. A huge thanks again to Gail for suggesting that I do this side-by-side comparison. I thought it was so interesting. I loved recording it. I loved finding the conclusion. I kind of thought going in I would be a little bit more partial to the Elizabeth Arden. Just I guess because it's newer and I'm more like caught up in the hype of it. But I mean, that just goes to show like when you have an HG, even though you might like get sick of using it, like I've got maybe a quarter of this bottle left of foundation, and maybe just like the charm and fun of wearing it had kind of worn down, but overall like doing this review has really made me come back and appreciate how much I enjoy wearing this foundation. Thank you also to my Patreons for helping me bring these videos to you guys and supporting the content that I create. If you'd like to help support me, check me out on Patreon, or alternatively just share this video with anybody else who might find it helpful. That really helps me out. Engage with my video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. With that, you guys, I will see you all next week in my next beauty video. Bye!